a.m.
It's 7:10 a.m.
Time to wakey wakey and time for bakey.
Time to wakey wakey and time for bakey.
Get ready for your host with more.
Get ready for your host with more.
Mr. Brian Brown.
Mr. Brian Brown.
It's 7:10 a.m.
It's 7:10 a.m.
Que la roja bichuela y cuando le no viene ligado igualito que yuca. Ese pelo que tiene tan lindo, no venga a pensar que eso es una peluca. Tiene cotorra perico, yo tengo cotorra, tú tienes la cuca. Está claro en el ring, en el soy yo quien te
No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de...
Good morning. How's everyone doing? Oh man, how am I right on time? Everything good, and I'm getting trashed in the comments, guys. It was 7:09. We go live at 7:08. It was like 30 seconds. And I'm just watching. He's still asleep. He's washing his face. He's washing his feet. Whatever. Good morning, guys. Welcome to 7:10 a.m. Wakey Wakey. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, guys. Oh, man. We got a good one in store for you today, guys. You guys are already lively. It's our about time. What? You guys... Oh, you guys are active. You guys are crazy this morning. It's going to be a good show. We got Chantel up here first in the morning. Good morning. Teresa Dellers and Facebook Gel again. What? 29 days. Oh, man. And here's where it starts. BB must still be loading. Oh, and then Lonnie jumps in on it. Tim jumps in on it. Back to retro. Nova Mike, Jeremy, Rosie Key. Oh, man, you guys just at that point just start tearing me up. Charlie's in here. Charlie jumps in on it. Oh, man, back to retro again. Oh, man, you guys are freaking crazy. I just said, Jeremy working on a car since 4 in the morning. Woo. Oh, man. You know, at least it's warmer. Is it, Jeremy, Tim, all you handy guys? Secretly, Brian loves them to be mentioned in the comments. Yeah. I love seeing my name like mid conversation as I'm like talking to you guys, and I'm like trying to get caught up of like what you guys are talking about, and I have to like, yeah, hey John, how you doing? John Phantom in the house. Whoop whoop. You got a 1-day ban from Facebook for posting pictures of Bud. It's the craziest thing, man. I don't think there is any rhyme or reason to the Facebook stuff, man. Like, I've seen people that we know post like, and I've done it, post straight up deals, man. Like, hey, come on down, and this is what you're buying, and nothing. Like like it gets reported, and you don't get hit. It's like I don't know what the deal is. Thanks for bringing that up, Lonnie. Yeah, definitely. Hey, if you guys are having problems, we got the Daily Dank social network now, guys, the Dank Nation. You can post whatever you want over there and ain't getting banned. Tell your friends, get over there. If you guys need a private group or just a group in general that you guys want, I'll add a group for you, and you can run your own page, do whatever you guys want. Appreciate you guys. So, yeah. Craziness. So I was going to ask Jeremy, Tim, and all you handy guys. I'm not a mechanic, man. I can change a tire. I can do my oil, that type of stuff, but I'm not a mechanic. And I've always found it really hard out in the wintertime when you have to work on cars and it's cold as balls and your hands are just like, and maybe because I have problems with my hands anyway, arthritis, and my hands are just trashed. Man, I have a hard time getting in there and like grabbing bolts and doing that kind of stuff. I don't know how you guys do it in the cold, man. Ooh, I used to do construction as a kid in the cold. Man, cold weather, not for me. But at the same time, I heard a collector con is coming to Kingman. What? A corrector? Oh, working on a crab boat in the morning. Hell no. Hell no. Yeah, that would be one. That would be hard. Imagine trying. Well, I guess, me and Charlie were actually talking about this. The crab season is very short. I didn't realize how short it was. So I guess getting motivated for a couple weeks is different than like being out there for months. Man, I couldn't imagine trying to wake up at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, go out there and crab, and it's freaking grabbing bolts. That's what you call it now. Grabbing bolts. Hands got to be warm to grab the bolts. That's something different. You can be anywhere. And you can grab the bolts. You think Mr. Miyagi? Oh, watch. Back to Retro is going to get upset. I'm talking dirty about Mr. Miyagi, who was a dirty comedian himself. So, Pat Morita, right? The trick is to teach your kids to help mechanically. Yeah, there you go. You guys thought he learned to do that from Mr. Miyagi from his no, he when he wake up in the morning, it was cold in Okinawa. What did he have to do? Mike worked early morning on a fishing boat in the South Bay as a deckhand. Oh, yeah, South Bay too. Nope, nope. Oh man, I love being on a boat and stuff, but man, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Hats off to you guys. I just got told I look like Miyagi. Oh, Charlie. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Miyagi. That's funny. All right, guys. I want to get into a couple things this morning. One found very interesting. We're gonna do this instead of today in history, guys, because this is actually a new headline. I thought that was really cool. Let me maximize this for you guys here. All right, let's check this out, guys. All right. Yeah, this is really cool. Odd spiral. I hate it. Oh, I guess you can see it there. Odd spiral appears in the Alaskan night sky over the northern lights. Check this out, guys. So this spiral appeared last night over the northern lights. And it's crazy, right? I've always been really fascinated with the Northern Lights. It's actually on my bucket list. Before I die, I need to go see these Northern Lights and experience it for myself. But now there's this crazy spiral that's happening. And they think, let's see what they say about it. Anchorage, Alaska, Northern Lights enthusiasts got a surprise mixed in with green bands of light dancing in the Alaskan sky. A light baby blue spiral resembling a galaxy appeared. Oh, yeah, it does actually look like a galaxy. Just for a few minutes. This cause early Saturday morning was little more mundane than an alien invasion or appearance of a portal to the far reaches of the universe. It was simply excess fuel that had been released from SpaceX rockets that launched over California. Or is that just the excuse, guys? Yeah, check that out. I don't know if you guys heard of this. When they do launch those SpaceX rockets, I've actually seen it. You can see them in the sky. There's like a trail of them for the satellites that they do. And I remember I pulled up. It was like around this time a couple years ago. And a lady was across the street from my house, and I pulled up, and they were in the sky, and she was on her hands or on her knees, and the like, I knew it, I knew it, I told them. And I get out and I look and I see what she's looking at, and I go over there, and she's telling me that she told them. She knew it. Look, it's proof. It's proof. And I had to explain to her that it was Elon Musk. You know, some people say he is an alien. uh, some people say he is an alien, guys. Drunk UFOs burning out doing donuts. Charlie, I have to say I've seen some things out in the ocean. You know, I bet, man, you guys who've been out there on boats and stuff out in the middle of the ocean, I bet you did see some crazy stuff. The earth is spiraling out of control, and this is all BS going on. Oh, man. Yeah, all sorts of crazy stuff going on, man. I'm wondering how long it's going to be before we're actually visited, like we actually have contact. I mean, I know we get visited now. There's all sorts of proof. But how long before we actually have contact or documented contact? What do you guys think? I know we're getting in the weeds this morning. What do you guys think? Do you think our government, or just the world government in general, has had contact with the alien race? Do you think it's secret? Do you think, I mean, we all know that they've been watching them. They know that they're there, but do you think we've actually had contact with them? Blow up those comments. Let me know, guys. I've already been contacted. Lonnie, the creepy guy who wore an alien mask and touched you as a kid does not count as an alien. I told you this before, man. Oh, Lonnie's like, no, he said he was an alien. He was an alien. Oh, I sure hope that didn't happen to you, Lonnie, in real life. That made me feel the worst. You think E.T. was fake? It was a documentary. The gray aliens are the worst. Contact, I don't know about. Sit downs, but firmly believe we've had yeah, so that's the different John. John Phantom's up in the house, and other John M. Yeah, that's the difference. Like, so I'm saying like straight contact. Like, we've talked to him. I think you can't deny that we've had an alien from Canada or Mexico. Oh man. Yeah, I think doing the research like that Bob Lazar stuff, and they start talking about like the reverse engineering and how like our iPhones and so much stuff that we just jumped the technical shark, and we're just so far ahead because of this. Oh man. Hey, John M. Yeah, definitely. I've looked into that. Tesla believed firmly that the pyramids are power stations and that they have no use other than that. Maybe, secret, but the three pyramids, they say they haven't found any like normal burial rooms. Hey, NS, what's up? Um, uh, they eat the babies that deep state feeds them. Yeah, they're saying that the three main pyramids aren't the resurrection pyramids or the resurrection rooms, that they're made for something different, and the stone is actually very electric and conductible, and you can run the kind of stone it is. And what's really weird about that, John, is and everybody who's listening, is that the limestone that they used is only found about like 500 miles away or 200 miles away, whatever it is. And that doesn't sound like that far away, but you got to think these guys were rolling blocks on wood. 200 miles is crazy to get it from point A to point B. And we've got in the stargates and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the pyramids pyramids blow my mind. And before we get into the craziness, guys, before we get into the urban legends that are true, lost my train of thought, damn it. Basket Case Brian is back. Yeah, the pyramid. Oh, craziest fact about the pyramid I've ever heard, and it's totally true, is when they were building the pyramids, the same time on Earth, mammoths were walking around. Think about that. Not walking around in Egypt. They were, but they were building the pyramids at the same time that there were still mammoths and freaking all these ice age animals around. How crazy is that? Like, I mean, to think that the two coincided together, yeah, just freaking really, really crazy. All sorts. We could talk about that all day, guys. All right, real quick before we get into all the craziness of urban legends, guys, we got the giveaways. The give it away, give it away, give it away now. On Friday, Dark Side, guys. DC's own Dark Side. Back to retro. um, awesome. Look at that, guys. Number 26 to 75. You're going to hashtag Dark Side to get entered to win that one. And back to retro, if you're still on, who would win in a battle between Darkseid and Thanos? Who would, and I hate it because I've always said it right until I read it and I saw it. I'm like, that's not Darkseid, that's Darkseid. Oh man, when you start thinking for yourself, too, see what happens. Who would win? He says Darkseid would win, no problem. All right, so hashtag Darkseid, guys. We got hashtag 420 for the Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke. We're going to be giving that away on Thursday, guys. And then we also got the Jonathan Lipnicki autograph from the movie Jerry Maguire. Hang on. No, Lonnie, they didn't find mammoth bones at the pyramids, but they could carbon date mammoth bones, and they were like the same time period, the same year. I mean, like, yeah, it's crazy how they could get down to like the granular and be like, it's this year, boom, boom, boom. But man, science, bitch. Darkseid would win. Busy, the stones off the gauntlet would be the Omega beams. Oh, beams! I thought he was mocking Thanos. He's like, you with your Omega beams. Ha ha. Oh man. All right, guys. Let's get into these urban legends. These are actually pretty good. Learned a lot on this one. I had no idea a lot of these urban legends were true. All right, let's go ahead and click this in. Boop. All right, guys. All right, get in on those giveaways. Hang on before I. Also, guys, we are gonna be at the Healing Center on 420. I'm getting there at 5 freaking a.m. Woo. We're gonna be going live from 420 for at 7:10 on 420 from the Healing Center. It's going to be a crazy show, guys. I'm going to be there all day. We're going to be doing raffles, and we got a ton of giveaways. I got stickers, I got shirts. We got stuff from the Healing Center. We're doing their raffles as well, guys. So if you're planning on coming down for 420, make sure you're saying hi. Yeah, Lonnie, definitely hang out for a bit, man. We'll be going live throughout the day, sidewalk trivia, guys, all sorts of stuff. So join us on 420. We're getting big, guys. We're setting up like a radio station doing live broadcasts. Oh man. Hey, look, there's someone on Twitch. Lonnie's on Twitch. Hi, Lonnie. How you doing? Be careful. I hear there's mammoths over on Twitch. Oh man. Oh. I have artist rendering of Cheech and Chong with a third eye on each faces, dripping rainbow colors. That's badass. I got this one too. Check this one out, John. It's like a zombie Cheech and Chong. I'm keeping this one. But guys, we're going to be doing the giveaway too. So we got 2 Cheech and Chongs. This one's going to be exclusive off the website, guys. Look at that. I love this one. I love this one. Um, so make sure you're getting in on all of them, guys. Checking out the dailydank.com, the social media, social network, guys. Just click on the link as soon as you see it, and you'll get taken right over there and comment. That's all you need to do. I'll be there at 6 a.m. Woo, Mike. Get in line. He's ready. He's ready. Got the deals, man. It's going to be a hell of a deal. Can't spill the beans yet, but very, very soon, guys. Like in the next 24 hours for sure. All right, let's get into this. We got. Yeah, that's early. It's early. That's for sure. I don't want to be there that early, but we got to do what we got to do. All right, guys. Hang on. We get this. There we go. These are urban legends that are totally true. All right, first up, guys, Bloody Mary. What? A Bloody Mary. With that in mind, we've rounded up some of the country's most curious. That wasn't actually one of them. I was like, what the hell? Bloody Mary? That's not real. Or is it? We're going to learn something new. The story of Charlie No Face. What? Not our Charlie, guys. The tale of Charlie No Face is an example of one of these true stories that gets wilder, twisted in each retelling. Here are the facts. In early 1900s, a Pennsylvania boy named Ray Robinson was electrocuted by a trolley wire, resulting in a lifelong disfigurement. Specifically, most of his facial features had been melted away. Ooh, man. After that, he was ostracized, and stories about his disfigurement grew more and more. And this is the 1900s. Oh man, people weren't very tolerant. Poor guy. Ooh. And more preposterous. Preposterous, easy for me to say with dry mouth. The rumor mill began to spin. Today, people of Western Pennsylvania, do you know about this, Teresa Deller? Do you know about Charlie No Face, whose nickname remains a mystery, has become radioactive, glowing green man type of figure who haunts abandoned freight tunnels. But the truth is, he was just a guy who experienced an unfortunate childhood accidents. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, and you got to think, man, what is it, the 1900s? People weren't very tolerant, man. Like a guy with a melted face. I mean, hell, today we are very tolerant. Um, so I couldn't. That poor guy, man. Urban legends too. So now he's a ghost that haunts haunts people in train tracks or whatever. That's funny. All right, what do we got here, guys? We got urban legend is Colonel Buck's rea- reoccurring tombstone stain. Huh. I saw a Charlotte No Face in Kingman when I first moved here. She was doing yard work at 10 p.m. Oh, is there someone with no face in Kingman? Oh, um, doing yard work at 10 p.m. uh, Passerbys are often keen to the point out of oddly shaped markings resembling a leg. The stains at the tomb of this former justice of the peace. That's because rumor has it Colonel Jack Buck ordered a young woman to be put to death for practicing witchcraft. Allegedly, her leg rolled out of the fiery blaze, and in retaliation, the witch put an eternal curse on Buck's final resting place. We can't confirm any of that, but of course, the tombstone has reportedly been scrubbed thoroughly several times, but the leg shaped stain continues to reappear. Today, it's somewhat of a tourist attraction. Oh, wow. Yeah, if you look real close right under the buck, you can see like what looks like a water stain. Um, it's from Western Pennsylvania. Never heard of them. Yeah, you never heard of No Face Charlie? What's wrong? Your parents didn't. Your parents didn't tell you, Ed. If you if you don't go to sleep, Ed, Charlie No Face is gonna get you. Oh yeah, I feel for that guy too, man. Oh yeah, if you guys look under the buck, you can see a stain that does look like a leg and a foot. A lot of Pennsylvania folk up in here. All right, reptiles and living in the city sewers. Who heard of this, guys? This was like the old urban legend when I was a kid. Before I was a kid, I guess really. Back in the day, you used to be able, yeah, witches. I don't buy into any religion, but can understand spirituality. Yeah, so that was old, man. So I mean, obviously it couldn't have been in the 20th century if he's putting witches to death. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. um, but yeah, I remember hearing urban legends about comic books. And in the back of comic books in the 50s, you could order alligators and they would send you one. I believe they did an episode of Leave It to Beaver about it. It was a big thing. And so when the reptiles would get a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Tim, when the reptiles would get too big, they would flush them down the toilet. Well, alligators, crocodiles can live in the water, so they go in the sewer. And the sewer system was a lot different back then than it is now, as far as collecting trash and that kind of stuff. So a lot of rumors abounded that there were crocodiles, like a city worker, go down in the city and go down to the sewer and get attacked by a crocodile. It depends on what century we're talking about here, but in the early 1900s, it wasn't unheard of for wealthy New Yorkers to bring baby Florida alligators back to the Big Apple to keep as pets. When they decided their pets weren't quite as cute as they hoped, they supposedly would just flush them down the toilet. Um, I bet in Florida, I bet back to retro, Texas too, right? Texas ain't fooling around with alligators. Um, in 1932, New York Times reported that a group of teenagers had witnessed a gator easing itself out of a Bronx river. But don't fret, the chances that there are a band of toothy reptiles currently swimming through the sewers of your city are these days are nil. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of different. A buck stain, Charlie. Um, yeah. So, there's a lot of different things that, yeah, I don't know. But man, I've been seeing a lot of crocodiles and alligators supposedly living in these lakes down here. I know in Texas and Florida, that's just a common occurrence, right? Hey, back to retro. And then, John, you're in Florida too. How does that work? Like in lakes and rivers and stuff? Like if there's crocodiles, do you guys just go swimming like you normally would in a lake and a river, or is there like extra precautions because there are crocodiles abound? Yeah, I always been curious about that. All right, Neil Armstrong bungling the moon landing speech. We've been talking moon landing, guys. I swear I didn't put this in here. One small step for man. If there's a body of water, there's an alligator. Don't get truck stops. They got a lot of lizards. Oh, that could just be line of the day, guys. It's competitive this morning, but that's a good one. That's a good one. We're still looking. We're still looking. All right. I've been here for 3 years and haven't seen an alligator. The crocodiles are the endangered ones. Oh man, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know, man. Even an alligator, like, that just freaks me out. All right, so here we go on the moon landing. We were talking a lot of moon landing. In California, we had Reggie the alligator that had some of those some loose at a local park. Oh wow. I've always wanted to go to the Keys, but never get to leave from Arizona. The Keys would be wild. All those anaconda, man. We were watching a video about the problem they're having in Florida with iguanas right now, and just the overcrowding and overpopulation of iguanas that they're paying these guys to roll through. And we're lizard lovers here at this house. My daughter has a bearded dragon. My girlfriend's daughter has a couple lizards. Um, and they're very well taken care of, big giant setups. So so we call the girls in. We're like, girls, look, they're having an iguana problem. Look how beautiful these are. And this dude's like, tat 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 tat, and shoots them all with this freaking air gun. And you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, so they get like $10 or $5 a iguana, and they just go into these um housing developments, and like the homeowners association pays them to come through, and they're like in canals, and they just start nailing them, and they just have big bags. We still go swimming. The gators are basically harmless to humans. That's what I was curious about. Is it like just once in a while a freak accident might happen or something? But yeah, boy, they're just like, boy, those iguanas are crazy right now down there. All right, enough about Florida already. Let's talk about Neil Armstrong and the moon landing, as if we haven't talked about that enough lately. The pivoted moment for all humanity when Americans became the first people to step foot on the moon. Yeah, of course, that wasn't scripted, but the quotation that we all know and love is not what Neil Armstrong was supposed to radio back to Earth. We all know the phrase is one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. But he was meant to say one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. One small step. Apparently, listening to the recording of himself, Armstrong admitted he misspoke the line. So what's the line? One small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. Oh, well, if you're faking the moon landing, you got other things to worry about. uh, maybe that's proof he didn't fake the moon landing. He messed up the speech. The cover, we've covered this one before, guys. What was that? The government stealing dead children for science. Very, very true. In the kind of in-flurry testing after World War II, after the U.S. had dropped the world's first atomic bomb, scientists wanted to determine the effect of nuclear radiation on human flesh. Good thing they did it after we dropped the bomb. I mean, in a series of tests known as Project Sunshine, the test subjects were deceased children, specifically stillborn babies, whose parents were probably not notified about how their children's bodies were being experimented on. Gruesome and sad, but true. Yeah, that totally did happen, guys. Yeah, just insane that they would think that. Yeah, and again, they drop a bomb after they do or before they do the testing. Like, wouldn't that be like, did they drop the bomb on me? They dropped the bomb on me, baby. Oh man, another good line there. Another good line, guys. Another good line. All right. God, now I'm gonna have that song in my head all day. Thanks, back to retro. Oh, a corpse rotting in a hotel's water supply. Oh, we know this. We've covered this, guys. We've covered this all so well. Elisa Lamb, in the what hotel was it? Um, in the hotel in LA. She went missing. We covered it. They see her in the hotel room elevator, and then she's found dead in the water supply. The craziest thing about that is a dude drank the dead flesh water, and he complained about the odor and the taste, and that's how they found her. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, you think that guy ever drinks tap water ever? Murderers entering apartments via medicine cabinets. What? I haven't heard this. The 1992 horror flick Candyman included a scene in which the main characters learn that a murderer might be entering apartments via medicine cabinets. And apparently this was once a legitimate structural flaw in some apartment complexes. Medicine cabinets in adjoining apartments in Chicago were connected by flimsy partition. An actual murderer committed um, committed by criminals entering through this weak structure. For more crazy real life events, check out history's biggest conspiracy that still creep us out. Man, I remember watching this. It was like a murder show, like, a documentary, and it was in an apartment complex. And does that make him a cannibal? um, he, this guy lived in an apartment and he had used the crawl space and he shimmied down and fell in this guy's closet and then murdered him and then set his apartment on fire and then went back in the crawl space and went back to his own apartment thinking that the fire would get rid of any evidence. But I mean, oh man, thinking that what would you guys do if fucking you just heard a noise in your closet and some dude was just in there? I'd fucking, yeah, he wouldn't be killing me, but someone would be murdered. I don't know, man. Like, it's not, might catch you off guard. You never know. You never know. A mysterious watcher haunting a family's new home. We've covered this on the 420 podcast, guys. Netflix did a show about it. About every time. Sorry, that song will be stuck in your head. Let me help you to get that song. Oh man. So this story is about a house called, and someone sending letters called The Watcher. We've covered this on the 420 podcast as well. Someone obsessed with a house that they didn't want to buy or something, or couldn't buy, and every time someone would move in, they would like give them a list of rules and like stalk them. Baby shark. Thanks a lot. Back to retro. The boogeyman kidnapping children. Oh yeah, I meant to tell everyone. They have some carts at THC called Turn. Oh yeah, those Turn carts. Are they any good? They're charged with USB-C. They're rechargeable, 1 gram, very clean oil, very good. Good price too, right, Ed? Really good price. Matt Workman, what's up? Matt Workman's off today, guys, but he has a busy day ahead of him. Been stalking him on Facebook already, or maybe that was yesterday. I don't know. Excuse me, guys. Sorry for burping there. All right, what else we got going on? We got urban legend of the boogeyman kidnapping children, or the Kakui in Latino America. Parents often reassure their children that the boogeyman doesn't exist, but on Staten Island in the 1980s, he was all too real. Corpsey would drag children from their beds carrying a bloody axe in the crook of his arm. What the fuck? I wish I was off today. That was yesterday. The Roosevelt Hotel. There you go. Yes. In reality, the legend surrounding Corpsey can likely be traced back to a man by the name of Andre Rand. Rand worked as a janitor at the Willowbrook State School, which specialized in providing services for children with disabilities. He was later suspected of kidnapping multiple children and officially found guilty for kidnapping 2. Ooh, old Corpsey. Walking down the street of freaking Long Island, right? Or Staten Island. Whoa, man. The city beneath the city. So the conspiracy theories of this subterranean city beneath Denver International Airport have been thoroughly debunked. I've heard of that one. Another of America's city, Las Vegas, does have its own underground city. I saw a video about this, but I never clicked on it. Really. But it's less of a conspiracy and more of an effort on the part of the tourist industry to maintain the city's appeal. With the police preventing homelessness, people setting up camp in the Vegas Strip, the population struggled to find anywhere to go, ended up in the city's underground flood channels. Yeah, so I guess they're living down there. Man, I was driving through yesterday on my way back from NAB, and there was like a wash coming down where you kind of go over a little bridge, and man, they had the homeless camp set up, and there was water running through, and it looked disgusting. It looked just horrible, man. Something's got to be done about this homeless thing. We need to figure this out. Horrible, horrible. Speaking of corpsey, one of the BAM's new franchise this weekend is Weekend at Bernie's. That's actually really cool, guy. Oh, man. Is it an autograph? Is it a prop? What prop would you do from Weekend at Bernie's? It's just a mustache. It's the guy's mustache. I'm excited for that one. Weekend at Bernie's. That's going to be a good one. The house at the bottom of the lake. Resting in the murky depths of Connecticut's Gardner Lake is a fully intact house that is much confirmed by the Hartfield current. No less supposedly, the house sank beneath the surface when a family attempted to move it across a frozen lake in the 19th century winter. The real eerie part is, to this day, fishermen report hearing strained musical notes gurgling up from the surface of the lake, supposedly from the parlor room piano, which or no part of the story is true, though we are in no position to say. Wow, so the hell were they moving a house across a lake? I guess, 19th century, whatever, and it sank. I wonder if all their possessions and everything were in it. Oh, man, that's crazy. An entire town at the bottom of a lake. It's no Atlantis, but it's probably as close as America is going to get to the underwater city myth. In the 1940s, an entire evacuated town in Georgia was purposely flooded with water in order to build what's now known as Lake Lanier. The entire community, including a racetrack, was submerged by the lake building project. This happened a lot. Lake Mead. Same deal. That now that the water's regressing, that part of the city is actually being exposed. Medical students recognizing a cadaver. Oh man, I heard someone is going around killing the homeless people with fentanyl. That's horrible. Students recognize a cadaver. Could you imagine you're in medical school and it's like your buddy? Apparently, a letter to the editor of the Journal of Medicine in 1982 documented how a medical school student had recently recognized their great aunt among the cadavers being dissected in one of her classes. Luckily, the situation doesn't seem to have happened very frequently. Yeah, that would be weird. You donate your body to science, and old nephew Bobby is going to work on you. The woman in black haunting the South. This situation isn't quite as horror movie scary as the name implies. In 2014, a woman dressed in black from head to toe, including a trailing black veil and a billowing black robes, was spotted walking the highways of the South. In a series of rumors mounted about what she could possibly be up to, the truth was the woman, a U.S. Army veteran, described the self-imposed pilgrimage having to do with her faith and her religion. So yeah, you're just walking down the street and you see someone decked out head to toe. She was in mourning, I guess. That whatever your religion is, sometimes you do that. Pay homage to the dead. Yeah. What about the clowns? Who remembers the clowns when they popping up everywhere? The killer clowns. It's not at the bottom of the lake anymore. That is true. Who put the wop in the who put the wop in the papa papa? Oh, the man who became a pair of shoes. What? I got to read this one. Also known as Big George Parrott, also known as Big Nose George, was hanged in the 1800s for being a raunchous outlaw with a penchant for horse thievery. You don't be stealing no horses. Supposedly, a physician who was assigned to study George's brain in order to root out the cause of the criminal activity, and bizarrely, he decided to use George's skin for a number of crude purposes, including making himself a pair of shoes. Today, the shoes are on display in the Museum of Carbon County in Montana. What the hell? Show his nose. Good morning. Good morning, Mike Means, Merlin Public Media. Let's see. He had a good schnoz on him. Not the biggest I've seen, but maybe back then there wasn't a lot of big nose guys. uh, Rats living in the toilets. Yeah, this is very, very true. Um, be honest, you probably have always harbored a bit of secret fear of what could possibly be lurking in the toilet as you lower yourself on the seat. And if you have it, you might start looking now before you sit down. As told on an episode of NPR's American Life, an Oregon man returned from a fun night out and wanted to make a quick trip to the bathroom before crawling into bed. But that plan was foiled by a furry live rodent who he found in the toilet that when he lifted up the lid. Yeah, I've watched videos of how they come up through the plumbing. It's crazy. So yeah, definitely always be looking in there. And we get scorpions and all sorts of stuff, man. You never know out here. Halloween candy being laced with drugs. We actually covered this on the 420 show. What it ended up being is 1 or 2 cases. Yeah, no one's wasting good money on drugs to just give away. Come on. No one is doing that. Over-the-counter medicine being laced with poison. Another one we covered, guys, in Chicago, the Chicagoland area. We had a case of cyanide in Tylenol, I believe it was. Tylenol murders, yeah. And boy, it led to a lot of different regulations, a lot of different stuff. But yeah, that's definitely true. Coca-Cola recalled a suggestive poster. What is this? Yes, the soda company everybody knows and love has experienced its fair share of public relation problems. The poster in question was innocent enough, at least the company's intention. They issued in 1980, and they issued in the 1980s as a way to promote the new bottle design. The poster was bearing the slogan, "Feel the curves," which was quickly recalled after a keen eye observed noted inappropriate sexual images in one of the ice cubes. What? We're going to have to try to find that. Webster's dictionary made an error. In 1934 through 1947, Webster's dictionary inadvertently included an entry for a fabricated word called "dord," definition as density. The error was eventually corrected, but flustered editor who termed it a ghost word. It's nice to know that one of the most authoritative sources in the English language makes mistakes too. Don't post that up on freaking the internet, guys. They will get bashed by all the grammar police. All right, guys. Right, Teresa. Have a great day. We'll see you at 420. Appreciate you. The jet black squirrels of the Midwest. Squirrels are possibly, they're all evil. Let's be honest. Squirrels possibly possess an evil power. Black cats on Halloween remain a source of contention, but the existence of these rare jet black woodland creatures is irrefutable. These black squirrels are confined to the Midwest, concentrated purely in large clusters in Michigan. The story goes that the Kellogg cereal guru, W.K. Kellogg, imported the black squirrels in an effort to eradicate the red squirrels, a species that he detested. Is that a thing? You just bring in another species to get rid of one because you don't like them? Oh man, what's going on in the south with Southwest? All the flights are grounded. Oh man, that's something. Did you ever hear how Needles got its name? They can't spell hypodermic. Ba-dum-bum. Injuring indicating escalators. Yeah, who's heard of this urban legend? Like people getting their hair caught in them and stuff. My daughter has really long hair, and when she was little, that was always like the fear. So maybe it's an exact possibility for your shoelaces to get caught in the elevator and suck you in completely underneath the machine. Admit it, though, you did have a fear of this as a kid. But escalators are more dangerous than you might expect. A study published in the West Gem in 2013 reported that the U.S. experienced approximately 10,000 emergency level escalator injuries a year. Unsurprisingly, alcohol usually plays a role in these. So drunk people on escalators. That's a thing, guys. That's a thing. All right, we'll do one more here. The man who fell through a window. Though it existed as an urban legend for some time, the story of a lawyer falling through a window to prove just how unbreakable the glass was in Toronto is indeed true. As told by Torontoist in 1993, Gary Hoy, a partner of the law firm Holden Day and Wilson, was attempting to prove how strong the glass in the building was, as pictured above, and he fell through. However, he lunged at the window, usually using his full weight. The entire window popped out of the frame, sending Hoy 24 stories to his death. The glass didn't intentionally shatter, but Hoy was incorrect with the claim that it could withstand the weight of a 160-pound man. Oh, so you're fooling around in the office. And look, guys, and the window didn't break, but it came out of the frame. Holy crap. I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to be right about that. The boy who created a balloon flying chair. Who remembers this? I think I do. Um, with the balloon boy flying lawn chair as a common trope in cartoons, it has its roots in reality too. The first person to create a flying lawn chair was Larry Walters, who made a homemade airship using a lawn chair. A 45 helium-filled weather balloons. He set out to with his homemade flying vehicle on July 2nd, 1982, out of San Pedro, California, and flew through the sky for a whole 45 minutes before becoming entangled in power lines, climbing down to safety. According to the New Yorker, since his semi-successful flight, numerous imitators have surfaced attempting to recreate the historic moment, but all have had non-success. One more. Pop culture corpse turned out to be the real dead body. What is this one? Elmer in his coffin with no shoes on. Though it may look like a read like an urban legend, the corpse of Elmer McCurdy, early 20th century banker and train robber, somehow became a frightening staple of the traveling carnival, a sideshow circuit for more than 5 decades. This was until his mummified remains, then used for frightful prop, were discovered in 1976 at a Pike amusement zone in Long Beach. Now dubbed the bandit who wouldn't give up, McCurdy's remains were finally set for their final resting place. So they bought a freaking criminal's dead body and put it on display. All right, last one, guys. This one got my curiosity, or I would have just skipped it. The case of the accidental adult film star. If you were ever a resident of Council Grove, Kansas, it's likely that you're familiar with the urban legend that details an accidental exploits of a town sheriff who made a pre-internet era viral erotic tape. As it turns out, the legend actually checks out. As reported by ABC News, the sheriff of Council Grove, Kansas, accidentally returned a VHS containing intimate footage of him and his wife to the local video rental store. The slip up was made. Numerous people around town soon learned of the intimate details of their local sheriff. Oh, I can see that happening. I could totally see that happening. My dad was trying to grind down one and his shoelace got caught, and it was a terrible one. Yes, he was drunk in Laughlin. Oh, that's scary. That's scary. Oh man, crazy urban legends, guys. Oh, that are true. Are true. That was a good one, man. That was a real good one, guys. All right, we're about at the hour mark. I'm gonna bank out of here, guys. Appreciate you hanging in there, man. You guys rock. I'm getting on these giveaways, guys. Come hang out on 20. Come join me. What is today, guys? Paranormal Tuesday. I think we're getting into the Illuminati. Some of my messages got deleted. My Illuminati membership people, their accounts got deleted. Maybe I drug my feet too long, and they're like, nope, one and done. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you tune in at 420 show, guys. Blow up those comments, guys. Appreciate you and everything you guys do. We will see you at 420.
Get ready, get set, because it's... Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com. Check out our merchandise and amazing content. And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.